This is a age-old question. Can you use a VPN in China? Now, a VPN is a virtual private network. And basically what it does is it can change your IP address from the country where you are to a different country. So, example, I live in Cambodia. If I used a VPN and I wanted to watch Netflix, the American Netflix, I could change it over there and base my IP in America, so I'd watch some American Netflix. I don't actually find the necessity to do this at all because I have access to everything here in China. I also have something called a public IP. Basically, that means one wire and me. That's it. So, and you get really high upload speeds compared to a private IP, which means one wire and 10,000 people. So the download may be very fast, but the upload is going to be like quarter of the speed. And when it's really busy on the information highway, the internet, then you may have high speed, but the speed may be slow because the amount of people. So going back to the age-old question, is a VPN legal in China or not?
这道墙翻不得，切莫以身试法。未经允许使用 VPN 翻墙在国内都是违法的。喜欢
And there is the answer from you. It's not from a YouTuber who says yes or no, well, it depends, it varies, don't get caught, etc., etc. This is from the People's Court, Supreme People's Court of one county. I don't know which one, maybe Hunan County, wherever that may be. So when you see these YouTubers saying, and they live in China and whatever they say it is legal, then they can watch YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, Instagram. They can go on the Western so-called internet, then they are wrong. There are many vloggers in China who do use a VPN and they do have a YouTube channel. Now, you can have a VPN if the government allows you to have one. So this would be Chinese state media, for example. This would be companies who need to resource information from the West, for example, like coders, example. The government officials would be allowed one so they know what's happening in the world, and they can watch using a VPN, things like BBC, CNN. Why do we always say the same ones? Al Jazeera, etc., which you can find on YouTube. So this lady continues to say this.
那肯定有人会说，只要我没有搭建翻墙服务，没有用来盈利就不违法，不去境外网站发表不当言论就不违法。这个观念是完全错误的。如果是学习工作原因，违规翻墙去查阅资料，这个犯法吗？答案也是肯定的。也就是说，只要你在国内。
Even though you find some excuse, whatever the excuse, it is illegal. Again, I repeat, this is not someone from YouTube who doesn't have any authority, like me, for example. This is from a Chinese state government official or spokesperson, and quoting, again, you look at the back, it's all Chinese, it's all very, very official.
也就是说，只要你在国内使用翻墙软件，不管你的目的是什么，学英语也好，查资料也罢，绕开我国的法律管制，浏览境外服务器相关网页内容的行为，都属于违法行为。法律已经明文规定。为什么要这样规定呢？因为翻墙实际上就是将自己送到敌人的围猎场，甘愿掉入敌人精心布置的政治陷阱、勾年陷阱、违法陷阱。我国刑法第285条规定，提供侵入非法控制计算机信息系统程序工具情节严重的，会处以3年以下有期徒刑或者拘役，并处罚金。
It is also illegal to sell a VPN usage system that may cost, for example, in China, $10 a month, just as an example. And with that, they would be put in prison unless it is a government recognized official and they are allowed to do so. It's a very sensitive subject, and I do know people who do have a VPN and they jump over the Chinese firewall and they do watch videos from Netflix and CNN. But this state official is saying this is an absolute no-no and it's very, very illegal. Would you get caught if you did? I doubt it very much, because there are millions of people who do. And to go through every single one, if you are selling a VPN network in China and you're not official, then you have a higher chance of going to prison. And if you do use a VPN and you have a YouTube video channel, for example, and you're saying China is bad and China is bad and the West is good, eventually they will find you, and then you may be extradited to Hong Kong and then onto another country, just as an example. So I do watch, as I reiterate and repeat at the very beginning, some of these YouTubers who would say the new Argentinian president is a puppet of the United States of America. And with their 143% inflation rate, he would have to start again, and America is willing to help them. But they would obviously manipulate this and twist it around. For example, I will actually send this video to the YouTubers who are in China using a VPN, obviously to get their message across, and to see how they respond. Now, they would always deny working for the CCP, for example, the Chinese Central Political Party. My mind is amiss today. So if they would deny it, then, and they say, oh, I'm allowed to, then obviously they are a government official. And these YouTubers would actually say all the positive about China, that there's no corruption, there's no drugs, it's clean, it's safe, etc. Now, it is in general, especially the corruption, it's in that way, but every city has its drug problem. Every city has a safety problem. Not as serious as some places, and in China it's not, but I wish they wouldn't say 100%. China hasn't alleviated the poverty problem, even though they said there's no beggars or tramps on the street. But of course these YouTubers are going to go to places where they know there aren't going to be any. So in a nutshell, to summarize, a VPN, a virtual private network, is illegal in China. So if you do go to China, you can use the regular internet. And near enough, to be honest with you, do you use Facebook? Do you use Twitter? Do you use Instagram? I would say once in a blue moon. I use something called Telegram to chat with my friends. Maybe you heard of it. It's a little bit like WhatsApp, and it's really common here in China. So this is a state official saying, no, don't use the internet. My name is James. Thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye for now.
特别严重的，处3年以上7年以下有期徒刑，并处罚金。